Welcome to Iowa. Now we're in South Dakota. That was a quick 5 minutes. I'm in South Dakota. South Dakota, you say? It's not on Route 20. Well, this video should fill you in on that. There's something I have never seen anywhere else, is when they mowed along the edge of the interstate, it's actually baled. And that makes sense. Why throw all that nice grass away when you can bale it up and feed it to some cows? South Dakota, good move. Okay, so why South Dakota? Well, your best address here on East 8th Street in Sioux Falls is my mailing address. This is where all my mail gets forwarded from, and this is my official home. I am about to change the registration on the school bus to South Dakota and change my driver's license over so I become a resident of South Dakota. And I'll explain all that in a second. All right, YouTube, I told you I was going to have you an explanation. I did, like I said, when you showed me I was at my mailing address, which is your best address. If you go yourbestaddress.com or call this number, these people are more than happy to help you out. It cost me $10 a month. If you pay for a whole year, you get 13 months for them to collect your mail and forward it to you, or if you walk in the office, they'll hand it. Good place. They sent me, well, basically, I'm here to change my license, my state of residence, and the registration on the bus. And part of that is you need to have spent one night to be able to prove it. They sent me to Tower Campground, which is an RV park. I don't really like RV parks. You can see why. We're all right next to each other. Matter of fact, that guy's like 6 feet behind me. So, you know, I don't like them. But for $39.60, I got a receipt that shows I spent a night here, and that's the requirement for residency, to basically be getting your mail here and spend one night every 5 years, which is the licenses are for 5 years. So it's a little different than I'm used to. In New York State, you go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, the DMV, switch over your license, get things registered, all that stuff. You also have to show proof of insurance. Well, here you get your driver's license at the driver's license station on one side of town. Then the other side of town, you go to the county building and the motor division, DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, or Division of Motor Vehicles, and get your plates done there. So have to do it in that order. It makes it easier because once I have my driver's license, then I'm a resident of South Dakota, and as a resident, it makes it easier as far as getting the plates and all that. To get my driver's license, I need to take my old license, my birth certificate, a couple pieces of mail, prove I get mail here, and that's my new address, and Social Security card. So take all that in tomorrow, and we'll get all that done. Then go to get my registration done. I'm switching the title over from bus to RV, which I did not do in New York. In order to do that, you need 5 of these 7 things. It needs to have a cooking facilities, heating or air conditioning system separate from the engine or the vehicle engine electrical system. I got both of those. Potable water supply, including plumbing, a sink, and faucet with either self-contained or connections to external source. So hey, you got a pump that pumps the water from a jug up to your sink and it drains into another jug, you're good. Or like me, I've got plumbing or a big tank and a pump and So sleeping facilities, got to have a bed. Refrigerator, I've got a little one. 110 or 115 volt system separate from the vehicle engine electrical system, either its own power supply or connection to an external source, or a liquid fuel petroleum system and supply. So you could have a bus with no 110 on it, but have propane lights, and you'd be good. I've got electrical, so I'm good. So you gotta have 5 of those 7. I've got all 7. And then I fill out this little affidavit, basically saying that I have all that, and you have to take in for this an application, which I don't have. I guess I gotta pick that up there and fill it out. This affidavit, the old title, supporting documentation, which I assume is, my documentation, and a weight slip. So get your bus weighed. I got mine weighed, weighs 22,960 pounds. So, and you got to take in pictures to prove that your bus is now an RV. I've got black and white. I've got color at Monument Valley. I've got big color. We had a little problems with the printer. Kept cutting off chunks of except for the black and white, printed it all. So I can prove that the bus isn't yellow and that they're... All right, YouTube. So before I go any further, I got 2 new states. I got South Dakota, my new home state, and Iowa. I only passed through just a corner of it on the way up here, but that's where I'm going back to, because that's where Route 20 goes, right across Iowa. So 2 new states. Getting there. All right. Now I promised I was going to tell you why South Dakota. Break it down this way. No income tax, so that's going to save me money over New York State income tax. Vehicle registration in New York, it was $134 a year. Out here it's $289 a year, so it's about double. Offset by the no income tax. But my vehicle insurance for this bus in New York was $789 a year. South Dakota, it's $163. So I'm saving $500 right there. There's also no vehicle inspection. My residence here, my license is good for 5 years. It only cost me $28, which is about the same as New York, I think. But I only have to spend 1 night here, where in New York you got like 6 months or something. So I am now a resident of South Dakota and not New York. In the long run, it's all going to work out for me. Like I said, no vehicle inspection, but I do all that anyway. We jack it up, we pull the wheels, we check it. I crawl underneath this thing every 6 months and grease everything. If anything's loose at all, I replace it right away. So anyway, there we go, and that's where we are now. And tomorrow I will be back in Iowa and headed east. So see you later, YouTube.